Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. We're definitely celebrating all things to do with heritage, but also Tourism Month on the show this morning. Now get ready for a delicious mix of tradition and also indulgence in today's awesome conversation that we're getting into with our lovely guests today. We've got Sarah and Dean, who of course have traveled the last little bits, the corners of South Africa to bring us here in studio a little bit of a taste as to what you can experience when you step outdoors. And I'm so excited to have you guys on the couch with us this morning. And I need to get straight into it. South Africa. It is an incredible place to live, but not many people actually get to step outside and enjoy. Just off the bat, why do you think that is?
I don't know. We always sort of say the same thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, especially South Africans, they'll go overseas before they even bother traveling in their own country.
Yeah.
And then we'll post things and people were like, wow, is that really in South Africa? And yeah, I mean, it's closer, it's cheaper.
You could literally drive there if you wanted to.
Like, within 1 hour, the places you can get to is just, it's incredible.
And it has literally like the most biodiverse nature, and there's everything you could want all in one country. And so if you aren't traveling, you should be
traveling. And that's the thing, it doesn't even have to be a 2-hour flight to Gauteng, right? You could literally take a drive, even in the Western Cape, if you live this side, and you will see the beauty. But speaking of, let's get into, Sarah, maybe your top 3 travel destinations. I mean, I know it's really hard to pick, but if you could narrow it down, who would you say and what would you say?
Yeah, I mean, picking just 3 is tough, but we always try and go with the 3 Bs. So it's the bush, the berg, and then the beach.
Oh, I love that.
So with the bush, I mean, I feel like you can't actually beat Kruger. It's popular for a reason, but it's incredible. It's like, it's a magical place, really. But if you're in Kruger, then also definitely visiting the Blood River Canyon, but go and hike in it. That whole area is like an hour out of Kruger, and it's just incredible. Blue water, waterfalls, like it's magical as well. Then for the berg, we grew up in KZN, so we spent a lot of time in the Drakensberg.
Beautiful.
And those mountains as well are just like, the scale of them are just, they're like majestic. You can either go and hike in them, you can spend 5 nights longer.
Wow.
And there, swim in the waterfalls. Like, we just love doing that. And for the beach, I don't think you can beat the West Coast, especially West Coast National Park. There's a beach called Kraalbaai, and it's just, the water is just blue, see-through, flat.
You feel like you're in Greece.
Yeah,
it's in South Africa.
like we could just spend all day there. And then the flowers come out now in flower season as well. So it's just, looks like almost.
And as soon as winter lets go of us and spring finally is here, hopefully a lot more people will be able to enjoy that. But if they don't, they can of course head over to your blog, your socials to check out exactly what you have. And Dean, you document this so incredibly beautifully too. So talk to me about some hidden gems that it's not the Kruger National Park. You haven't heard of it, but we're going to plug you right now.
Well, it's actually so difficult to choose just a few places. There's so many. But one that's in the Western Cape that I think is overlooked a lot, it's actually Betty's Bay. It has the penguins, so you don't always have to just go to Boulders. You can go to Betty's Bay. It has dunes with mountains in the backdrop. So, like a lot of people go to Atlantis dunes and it's beautiful, but you can get dunes even at Betty's Bay. And it has the Kogelberg Mountains, which has some of the most diverse biome and with all the fynbos and everything. And then another place would probably be Valley of Desolation in the Eastern Cape. It is known, but I don't think it's as well known. Like even me, before I went there, I didn't realize how, it just blew me away, like these pillars of rocks coming up. But definitely go at sunset. You really want to get that glow on the light, especially if you're a photographer.
I want a good Instagram picture. I mean, yes.
And then another place would probably be Nature's Valley along the garden route. And it has like these really prehistoric, jungly vegetation and incredible cliffs along the coast.
Oh my goodness, there's so much to choose from. We're so spoiled for choice. But, people have preferences. Some enjoy the coastal vibes, which is definitely up my alley. Although I don't mind a jungle moment either. I'll jump off a cliff if I need to. But when choosing a holiday destination or even somewhere to visit, what do you think people should bear in mind if they could only maybe pick 1 or 2 destinations?
I think in South Africa, you don't really have to pick 1 or 2. Like, honestly, within 1 hour, so even just if I think about where we live, or if you live in Cape Town, you can get to the mountains, you can get to the beach. And we often even say South Africa is almost like it's a world in one country. So yeah, I don't think you need to pick like in the Cape. Come here, you can go to the beach, you can go to the mountains.
Yeah.
If I just mentioned Kruger earlier, you can go to Kruger, but then there's the whole canyon and things there as well.
Stunning.
So yeah, pick a place, but then check what's in sort of an hour radius or an hour and a half radius from that place, and that's when you'll start to find these sort of more hidden places, and you can go to and be the only person there, which is always incredible.
Maybe it just requires a little bit more planning, but I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's so worth it at the end of the day. And if not, we could obviously just plug into what you guys have online. Where exactly can we find you? We also want to enjoy life through you guys too.
On Instagram, our handle is @SarahAndDean. So yeah, you can check us out there. Look
have
at
a website,
our
a blog?
reels. No, most of the stuff will be on Sarah and Dean that in terms of our travels. So
Yeah.
if you want to see that, then you can head there.
Ooh. Okay, last question. What's next? I mean, you pretty much covered everything in South Africa. Is there any space you're looking forward to heading to?
Well, actually, from next year, we'll be having to sort of plan our travels around 3, because we have a baby in March. So that'll be like
Congratulations!
that'll be a whole new dynamic, and looking for more family trips. So that's probably the next thing.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for
Yeah,
that.
even just in the near future, we sort of want to do Eastern Cape. Like, there's so much there we haven't really done. Dean hasn't done like the Wild Coast, those sort of areas. But we love sort of going from Cape Town and then just like traveling up and stopping along the way, or other way.
I love that. When you said 3, I thought you meant Chris is coming with us, because I was going to jump in the car with you guys.
You can join.
We can make it 4. Congrats again, guys. That's absolutely stunning. We look forward to catching everything on your socials and traveling on that journey with you. Well, there you have it, Mzansi. You're plugged into nothing but the good life. It literally is on your stoop. It's right there waiting for you. And I hope that this will encourage you to explore a little bit more of the beautiful country that we live in.